So because I've been working behind the altar with ayahuasca and wachuma for, I don't know, 15 years or so now, training for much longer, I get a lot of questions of what's it like? What's it like to pour plant medicines? And it's an impossible question to answer because I can't really give it language, but I'll do my best. First of all, it's the greatest job in the world. It is a ridiculous honor, first and foremost, to be in relationship with these plants, to get to be a medicine carrier, to get to be one of the many amazing beings that take them to the corners of the world, are their voices and their advocates, and that give them to sincere seekers looking for magic, healing, insights, etc. But the responsibility is indescribable. You know, people give us their trust and put their lives, their spiritual beings, the mental health, all of it in our hands. And so at the time I was apprenticing in the beginning, I was married to a pilot who flew 747s across the world. And he was like, yeah, we have similar jobs because people trust us with their lives. And that is a profound responsibility. But for an ayahuasca guide, it's not just about the ceremony, it's also about the aftermath. And I think a lot of practitioners don't hold that their responsibility extends into the aftermath, but I think that it does. If we give somebody a cup of medicine, it is our responsibility to do our best to make sure that person goes through the experience in a safe way and comes back in grounded in their bodies in a safe way. At least holding that responsibility that we're available, that we do everything we can to help, because sometimes the aftermaths are bonkers difficult, right? So life behind the altar, first and foremost, is a responsibility and a blessing, both. And it's pretty magical to witness what happens in this space every night. And you know, my perspective of a practitioner, of a guide, we're really not, you know, wizards. We have a lot of magical tools that we've learned in our training on behalf of the plants, but the healing and the magic that happens in this space is really first and foremost between the individual and the plants. You know, I get to help co-create scenarios where people have life-changing experiences, but I'm not responsible for them. So don't do the guru syndrome with the people that you sit with, or if you're a practitioner yourself, don't accept the pedestals and the accolades and the idea that you're the one creating whatever's happening in the space. We work hard to be vessels for divine energy, but we don't get credit for the incredible experiences that happen. We get credit for helping manifest them, not for being the ones responsible. The other really tough thing about sitting behind the altar is the projections. So, you know, I'm super sensitive, and I can often feel when somebody in the space doesn't like the way I'm doing ceremony, or if the song that I'm singing is rubbing somebody the wrong way, which is kind of the point. A lot of the times the songs aren't meant to be like, oh my God, that's my favorite. It's meant to move energy, and sometimes that feels good, and sometimes it brings up agitation and all kinds of things. So I am typically hyper aware when somebody doesn't like what I'm doing. And I've worked really hard over the years to just navigate that in a way that it isn't personal, and that I don't have to feel bad for it, that I am there in partnership with the plants first and foremost, and not to give people what they want, but what they need, which is a very different thing typically. So I just can't say enough about what an intense responsibility it is. I like to joke that everybody wants to be a shaman except for those that are, because it's so bloody difficult, and it is really not a job. It's a lifestyle. Every single choice that I make impacts my role as a medicine carrier, and so I never can put it down, you know, like I could my past professions, which were just about being in the corporate world, and I could have my personal world. With the medicine, it's all the same. It's all intertwined, but I wouldn't have it any other way. So if this is a path that you are called to, I'm just here to be very realistic that it's going to kick your ass in every conceivable way. But the truth is that it's worth it in every conceivable way, because there's just no better job, as far as I'm concerned, no better way to live than to work with these medicines. Thank you so much for listening and for your commitment. Much love, everybody.